Welcome to this video on Powers of Horror, an essay on abjection by Julia Kristeva. I'm Andrew Chapman. I'm a professor of philosophy, and I'll be your guide. Our purpose in this video is to provide you with a detailed yet accessible summary of this significant work, ensuring that you grasp its key concepts, understand its impact, and are prepared to discuss it critically in your classes and beyond. We'll begin with an introduction to the text and its author, followed by a summary of the main ideas. Next, we'll dive into a deeper analysis, examining the significance and implications of these concepts. We'll also cover how the text has influenced its field and discuss any major criticisms. Finally, we'll wrap up with a summary of the key points covered. Now let's get started with Powers of Horror. Powers of Horror, an essay on abjection, published in 1980, is a seminal work by Julia Kristeva, a Bulgarian-French philosopher, psychoanalyst, and cultural critic. This essay explores the concept of abjection, a psychological and philosophical notion that addresses the human reaction to what is perceived as grotesque, repulsive, or threatening to one's sense of self and order. Kristeva's work is heavily influenced by psychoanalysis, particularly the ideas of Sigmund Freud and Jacques Lacan, as well as by her interest in semiotics and linguistics. Kristeva's exploration of abjection extends to literature, religion, and art, making her analysis multidisciplinary. She examines how abjection manifests in various cultural texts and practices, demonstrating its role in the formation of identity and social order. Kristeva defines abjection as the human reaction to a threatened breakdown in meaning caused by the loss of distinction between subject and object, or between self and other. This reaction is characterized by feelings of horror and repulsion. Abjection is encountered at the borders of our existence, confronting us with what must be expelled to maintain a coherent identity. Kristeva places significant emphasis on the maternal body as a primary site of abjection. The process of separating from the maternal body is essential for the formation of the self, yet it also generates profound anxiety and horror. The maternal is both abject and necessary, embodying the ambiguous space between life and death, purity and impurity. Kristeva analyzes literary works such as those by Dostoevsky, Céline, and Proust to illustrate how abjection operates within narrative structures. She also explores religious rituals and taboos that deal with the abject, such as purification rites and the concept of sin, showing how these practices help societies manage the abject and reinforce social boundaries. Drawing from Lacanian psychoanalysis, Kristeva distinguishes between the symbolic, that is, the realm of language, law, and social order, and the semiotic, that is, the pre-linguistic bodily drives and rhythms. Abjection disrupts the symbolic order by bringing the semiotic into view, challenging the stability of meaning and identity. Kristeva's exploration of abjection provides a nuanced understanding of the processes through which identity is constructed and maintained. By examining the ways in which societies and individuals confront and manage the abject, Kristeva reveals the underlying psychological and cultural mechanisms that sustain social order and coherence. Powers of Horror is situated within the broader context of post-structuralist and psychoanalytic theory. Kristeva's work builds on and critiques the ideas of Freud and Lacan, while also engaging with structuralist and semiotic approaches to language and culture. The essay reflects the intellectual climate of the late 20th century, characterized by a focus on the instability of meaning and the complexity of identity. Kristeva's concept of abjection has had a significant impact on various fields, including feminist theory, cultural studies, psychoanalysis, and literary criticism. Her analysis has been used to explore issues of gender, sexuality, and the body, particularly in relation to the marginal and the taboo. Scholars have applied her ideas to diverse areas, from horror cinema to the study of social outcasts. Kristeva's insights into abjection have practical implications for understanding social dynamics and individual psychology. Her work encourages a deeper examination of the ways in which societies deal with the abject, whether through art, literature, or ritual. This perspective can inform therapeutic practices, cultural critique, and social policy by highlighting the importance of acknowledging and addressing what is often repressed or marginalized. Kristeva's concept of abjection has been extended and developed by numerous scholars and theorists. In feminist theory, thinkers like Judith Butler have drawn on Kristeva's ideas to explore the performative nature of gender and the boundaries of the body. In cultural studies, scholars have used the concept of abjection to analyze representations of monstrosity, deviance, and otherness in popular culture. While influential, Powers of Horror has faced criticism on several fronts. Some critics argue that Kristeva's writing is overly complex and dense, making it difficult to engage with. Others contend that her focus on the maternal as the primary site of abjection reinforces traditional gender roles and does not sufficiently account for the diversity of abject experiences. Additionally, some scholars question the applicability of Kristeva's psychoanalytic framework to non-Western cultures and contexts. In summary, Powers of Horror, an essay on abjection by Julia Kristeva, is a profound exploration of the concept of abjection and its role in the formation of identity and social order. Kristeva's analysis reveals the deep psychological and cultural mechanisms through which societies manage what is perceived as threatening or impure. Her work has had a lasting impact on various academic fields, providing a framework for understanding the interplay between the symbolic and the semiotic, the self and the other. Despite its complexity and the criticisms it's faced, Powers of Horror remains a crucial text for exploring the darker aspects of human experience and the processes through which we construct and maintain our senses of self. Kristeva's insights into abjection challenge us to confront the limits of our identities and the boundaries of our social worlds, offering a rich and nuanced perspective on the human condition.